Hello, citation. What to do? It's that the gamer all follower Durag Gang. No, the vibes like subscribe. Let's get it. Good morning, Durag Nation. How's everyone doing on this fine Wednesday morning? Oh, it is Wednesday. Hold up. Let me do something real quick. We're here for the Daredevil Born Again trailer. I don't know if some of you probably didn't know, but they dropped the trailer release time last night. So we're gonna, as usual, do a watch and reaction. Cannot wait. Give me 1 second. All right, we're back. had a delivery, and I forgot to take the recycling out. So that was fun. Now we're back. Why isn't Daredevil in Mararavos? Because let's be honest, they added a lot of characters. They obviously have their preferences. They have a plan. They have a storyline. They had a idea of what heroes they wanted in the game based on the type of game, their abilities and stuff like that. You know, as a hero shooter. So it's obviously Daredevil didn't fit their vision for what they wanted for the season 0 and season 1 launch. He's a popular character, but there are more popular characters that made the cut before him. It is what it is. Recycling? No. I live in a nice neighborhood, so you have to you have trash day for the actual trash, and then you have recycling day for like the actual recycling. You even have separate bins. I got these blue recycling bins off of Amazon. That's where I put the recycling. All my cardboard boxes, all the stuff I get sent from different deliveries, Amazon, everything like that. All my cans all goes into the recycling bins, and then out on the curb. And trash day, I just throw everything in a big black trash bag. So actually, you live in Australia, so it's like one now. Oof. I mean, that's not bad. I try to go to bed if I have to wake up for something early like this. I'll try to get to bed by like midnight. But I'm typically awake at like 2:00 in the morning, 1:00. The other day I was up until like 4. So that's not really anything for me, but I got up at like 7:30 for this to set up the stream. But yeah, so I didn't even see this news until last night. I think that's when they finally dropped it. So I didn't make a normal video for it, but I figured I'll just make a live stream. We'll do a watch party. But so the Daredevil trailer was supposed to come out earlier, but it got delayed because of the California wildfires. That was according to Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays Kingpin, of course. But yeah, then the Daredevil Twitter account, their Instagram account, put on their story 9 a.m. Pacific time. And the other Karen, Deborah Ann Wolf, who plays Karen, she also reported that a couple insiders also said there'd be a Daredevil trailer today. So officially, the Daredevil trailer is going live at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Pacific, and I am looking very much forward to it. So after that horrible ending, can we now officially say that Suicide Squad was a 4 at best? I give the live service portion of it a 4. I think the game was like a 6. Yeah, 7 Pacific, 10 a.m. Eastern. The only coast that matters is Eastern, and it's 10 a.m. Trailer about to be better than the Superman trailer. I mean, it could be. Daredevil is peak. They brought a lot of pretty much brought everyone back from the Netflix series, but I don't know. The Superman trailer was peak, bro. I don't know if Daredevil is going to top that. What's the Superman trailer at, like 200 30 million views or something. Like the Superman trailer is doing GTA numbers. I don't know. I don't know if Daredevil's is hitting that level. I don't know if Matt has what it takes to top James Gunn's Superman. I don't know, man. That trailer was crazy. It and Gotham Knights should have switched place. 100%. Gotham Knights definitely should have gotten the live service treatment in terms of like ongoing story content and new characters. That game was set up perfectly for it. Their multiplayer for one was actually good. The content was enjoyable. You know, was exploring and patrolling this open world Gotham. The actual multiplayer missions they added later on, like the tower stuff, that was actually pretty fun. I really liked the villain side stories. The Mr. Freeze one was so freaking good, bro. It was one of my favorite set pieces in any superhero game I've ever played. It was they built it up with the city freezing over, and you had to infiltrate to get that was such a good mission, and that was a side mission. Gotham Knights is so underrated. Suicide Squad, the final update was just part 2 of season 4, the Deathstroke season. Wrapped up the story. I did a live stream. I made a video talking about the announcement and what's in the final update. I made a live stream where I played through the final update, and I released a separate video that just shows you all the new cutscenes that they added in the final update. So definitely go check that out on the channel. Just because it's finally kind of accurate. True. Yeah. You can you can argue with some choices, but it's very clear from watching the Superman trailer that they were heavily inspired by the comics. Like that was such a comic book superhero movie trailer. Like that was such straight out the comics. Like a lot of stuff straight out the comics. Like them or whatever. It's you cannot argue that the James Gunn Superman trailer was not just oozing with love for the comics. It was everywhere. From crypto to Superman having trunks on like it was such a love letter to comic fans. I thought it was great. Blue Beetle did not, bro. The Blue Beetle trailer did not do big numbers. Stop the cap. There was no hype for the Blue Beetle movie. There was no hype for that movie, bro. What cameos are expecting in this series? So there were rumors that Spider-Man would appear, but I highly doubt it. I'm honestly not expecting any big cameos in Daredevil Born Again. I feel like this is going to be just kind of them trying to bring back the magic of the Netflix series. I mean, maybe if there's any cameos, I would assume it would be like some of the old Netflix people, like maybe Luke Cage or Jessica Jones. I don't know, maybe Wong, because Wong appears in everything. Today we feast indeed. The Superman trailer was the 4th highest comic book trailer of all time. I think. What does it say? Let me find the exact tweet. Let me find the exact numbers. Most viewed trailers of all time. Here we go. Good old Google. Let's shut this Blue Beetle nonsense down once for all. Most viewed teasers or trailers of all time. Superman, 250 million, December 19th, 2024. Transformers, Rise of the Beast, 238 million, December 1st, 2023. Avengers Infinity War, 230 million, November 29th, 2017. The Lion King, 224.6 million, April 10th, 2019. Don't see Blue Beetle there. Strange absence of Blue Beetle among these. Like, what are you talking about? Like, come on. Anyway, still think that someone could take the Avengers game and fix the broken pieces. Yeah. So yeah, conceptually, an Avengers game like that's like a brawler, story driven, co-op, has an ongoing story. Conceptually, that's great. So if a new studio comes in and just doesn't do all the stupid things that was done on Avengers, yeah, because Avengers was so close to being basically Marvel rivals right now, but it's just poor decision making tanked the whole thing. You think they will use the Netflix show theme? I think they're gonna have no. I don't think they're gonna copy. I don't know if they can, even legally speaking, but I think they. I mean, they always do some like their own twist. Like even the James Gunn Superman trailer, for example. You know, they're using a variation of the Christopher Reeves theme, but they're also, you know, remixing it a little bit. So yeah, I don't expect them to just wholesale use the exact same theme, but I think they'll probably like try to hit a note that's similar. Just playing Avengers the other day. Did I watch Castlevania? I watched the first couple seasons. I didn't watch. I think it was Nocturnal. I didn't really like it, so I didn't finish it. But the first few Castlevania seasons were really good. Morbius was huge. Morbius was huge because it was a meme. That was so funny. Morbius was so bad in a way that was also entertaining. So it just became a meme that made Morbius way more popular than it would have been otherwise. And Sony mistook that it was being made fun of for like genuine popularity. So they like, which just kind of shows you how out of touch executives are. That's why I'm so glad the one who was overseeing the Sony Marvel universe is no longer working at the company. But they saw everyone memeing it online and thought, oh man, people must really love Morbius. So they re-released it in theaters. And nobody saw it then either. like this is why like when you wonder why certain, you know, companies make terrible decisions, is because they have literally just completely out of touch executives. They don't have anyone in the room that is on the internet. Like nobody. There's nobody in the room when these decisions are being made that like understands the internet or is like in touch with the culture. And that's why you separate the successful studios and companies from the bad ones. Like there's absolutely no way Morbius should have been made in the first place. But if anyone was remotely in touch with the internet, they would have never even considered re-releasing it in theaters. Because they're like, okay, they're making fun of it. Even the actor told exactly. It happened with Madam Web too. The lead actress who played Madam Web, like she was on the media tour just trolling the movie. Season 2 of Castlevania Nocturne will be out tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not watching that. But I was watching. Netflix has some great new anime. I've been watching the new Ranma. Blue Box, Don to Don, Helios on Motion of the Earth is really good. Sakamoto Days just made its debut on Netflix. It's so good. Yeah, Netflix anime is really crazy. What's up, Eric? Welcome. What's up, Blazing? There's no Insomniac game releasing this year unless it's Wolverine, which I don't think is coming out until 2026. Just like those brain dead investors thought Suicide Squad was gonna make a bit. Yeah. Like I thought. Like now, conceptually, yeah, there is a scenario where a Suicide Squad game could absolutely make $1 billion, but not the game that was presented. Like I played the alpha. I was looking forward to the game. I played the alpha. I enjoyed the alpha, but if I had saw the full roadmap, like all the content they had planned, like those executives did, I would be like, bro, cancel this. What are you doing? What? Delay. Cancel. No. Don't release this. You have no post launch content. You don't even have skins. Like how? Like how are you going to release this? No. Yeah, that was insane that they released that. I watched Soul Leveling. Yep, one of my favorite anime the last few years. I waited until episode 2 came out before I started watching it of the new season. Oh my god, just absolute peak, absolute cinema. You're writing your own Spider-Man 4 script just now. I'll send it over to Kevin Feige. Maybe they'll use it for a future project. Shoot, send it to Sony. They need it. They actually need it more than Disney does. Yeah, I still haven't finished Secret Level, but I've watched like the first 8 episodes. I really like the Sifu episode. That was so good. Can't wait to see Daredevil swinging like Spider-Man. Imagine. If Tom Holland's in this actual Daredevil show, I will laugh so hard. There's no way. Like I'll appreciate it because this Daredevil show was initially it was dead on arrival. Like I'm so glad. I don't know who started doing what behind the scenes, but somebody at Marvel and Disney started paying attention and like, hold up, uh, all of our stuff is terrible and everyone hates it and and we're losing money. What's going on? And then they peeped over to look at the progress of Daredevil, and they were like, why is this so terrible? Fire everybody. Start over. Apparently Kevin Feige stepped in. I'm hesitating to give Kevin Feige credit because he's been overseeing this the whole time. There was some producers that were behind the scenes and decided, okay, enough is enough. And maybe Kevin Feige was stretched too thin, but yeah, somebody who's not going to get named stepped in and said, yo, Feige, the MCU's trash right now. We got to fix this. Yeah, like fortunately, it looks like everything's on the right track. Like whatever happened behind the scenes, they fired a bunch of people who are messing stuff up. They completely fired the creative team behind the original Daredevil Born Again show and just brought as many people from Netflix back. Based on the trailers that I've seen, it looks really good. I think it's gonna be good. But yeah, I'm glad they're riding the ship. I'm not expecting anything on Venom in 2025. I think 2025 is going to be all about Wolverine. Had to be the actors themselves. Well, the actors actors have some sway. Like obviously, you can't really have a Daredevil show without Charlie Cox. But even then, like you could argue they would try to replace him. But they could have some level of influence. But at the end of the day, it has to come down to like actual people with power. Like producers have to step in and be like, okay, this is trash. like like no, like you're not doing this. Like I heard like the original they had shot 4 episodes of Daredevil originally with the original team. They said that it was like a courtroom drama, similar to She-Hulk. They had for like the first 4 episodes, Matt Murdock didn't even put on the Daredevil suit, so it was like no action. I'm like, bro, what is this? Like who even signed off on this initially? Best fan cast for Cyclops? It's always Henry Cavill. Like Henry Cavill was genetically engineered to be a superhero. like like it's always Henry Cavill. The answer is always Henry. Superman, Henry. Cyclops, Henry. Captain Britain, Henry. Hyperion, Henry. It's always Henry. And he loves comics, true. He has to be Calvary. Also, a great Wolverine. Like Henry's just made to be a superhero. Like it just is. It just is what it is. like like if you want a hero, if you want a lead actor to portray a live action version of a superhero, odds are Henry Cavill is going to be it's going to be great. Like it is what it is. You think Marvel would be better these days with Stan Lee? I don't think it would have made too big a difference. Stan Lee was just kind of Stan Lee was older guy. He was long for it's not like he was like sitting in meetings, like dictating how stuff was going to go. The situation with Marvel was just a matter of they got too big, they got too complacent, they hired people that they shouldn't have to oversee things, and they just went in the wrong direction. But now they're turning things back around. Tom Hardy over Wolverine. I mean, Wolverine is canonically like what 300 years old. I don't necessarily want him just regardless. I thought he was a good Eddie Brock, but I don't necessarily see him as Wolverine. I have no idea if PlayStation is going to do a showcase again this year. I mean, they had plenty of opportunity to do one last year. Maybe they're going to do it like every other year, so that would be this year, if that's the case. Because they did 2021, they skipped 2022, they did 2023, then they skipped 2024. So logically, we could assume they're going to do 2025, especially since they have Ghost of Yote coming out this year, Death Stranding 2 coming out this year, Marathon, Fair Games, Wolverine has to be like next year, if not late this year. Wolverine is short because the older you get, the shorter you get. Very, or Wolverine is short because he's so old. He was born in a time when people on average were shorter because of like nutrition and stuff like that. So maybe because Wolverine was born, you know, so far in the past, he naturally just was just really short. Dan Radcliffe would actually be a good fit for Wolverine. He's actually a good actor. I don't. I think he's too skinny to be Wolverine. I don't see him being able to put on enough weight to convincingly play Wolverine, and it would also be hard to see him as anything other than Harry Potter. Carl Urban, yeah, I think Carl Urban would be a great Wolverine. This is for the Daredevil Born Again trailer. Yeah, I think that's the most scientific explanation for why Wolverine is such a short king. Stan Lee definitely played a role in the '60s Hulk and probably all this stuff. Yeah, if we're talking about the '60s when Stan Lee was actively writing Marvel comics, obviously he started. Stan Lee was one of the reasons like Marvel is even a thing. But yeah, when he was like, but when he's like 80 years old and the MCU is doing this thing and Disney is owned by it, and Disney owns Marvel. Yeah, Stan Lee had really no influence. Leonardo DiCaprio, no way. Oh, they bring back Edward Norton. Yeah, I don't know if his beef is settled, but yeah, I would love to see Edward Norton back. I know he initially left because creative differences. Basically he was like, "Hey, I want my movies to be good." And they said, "We want you to just do what you're told and read the slop that we put in front of you." And he said, "No, thank you," and left. And then Mark Ruffalo came in and said, "I'll read all the slop you want. Give it to me." And that's how Hulk got ruined. I hearing they're doing a World War Hulk movie, so I'm hoping he starts getting some proper respect again, and we start getting some better Marvel projects in the future. Overall, Cavill, the only right answer after Deadpool 3. Yeah, Mark literally didn't care. He said he'll do anything. He's like, "Oh, you need me to dab? Okay, I'll do it. Whatever you say. Just keep writing them checks." King is back. He was the best banner. Yeah, Edward Norton was definitely the best. Yeah, between Ruffalo, Eric Bana, and Ed Norton, I think Ed Norton hands down was the best. Like not even close. Yeah, it would be fun to see all of them in Secret Wars. Mostly Bana and Norton. I've seen enough Ruffalo. You love and respect Marvel, but I'm low key hype for DC. I'm a high key hype for DCU. Penguin was great. I finished Creature Commandos season 1. I thought it was fantastic. I love the Superman trailer. I think DC is actually cooking like insane. James Gunn's doing this thing. Yeah, bro, it completely ruins. Like they have to literally just retcon the entire She-Hulk show if they're going to do like World War Hulk. Like they have to just erase the She-Hulk show in order to do that in order to do that storyline properly. Like pretend it didn't happen. I think DC is going to, based on what's on the schedule, I think DC is actually going to beat Marvel in 2025. Potentially. All right, trailer's out. Let's check it out. Like I hope they both have a great year. I think the Thunderbolts could be decent. I've heard nothing but not good things. I've heard nothing but negative things about Black Falcon. But it might surprise us. Who knows? Fantastic Four. It really comes down to Fantastic Four. Like, I'm not expecting huge things from Thunderbolts or Brave New World, but they have to nail. They absolutely have to nail Fantastic Four, especially since that's coming out close to Superman. If they mess up Fantastic Four, it's over. Like, it's literally over. The year is cooked. DC wins, like, hands down. All right, here we go. Daredevil Born Again. Let me frame this properly. Hit record. All right, chat, we ready? World premiere. Daredevil Born Again. Let's see what they talk about.
Peace needs to be broken. The chaos must reign. Am I putting the hatchet down? I was raised to believe in grace.
Ooh.
But I was also raised to believe in.
Oh my God, this looks insane. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. No, that was peak. What? Yo. They got Matt out here actually catching bodies. Wait a minute. Hold up, we're running that back.
Peace needs to be broken.
Always here for the Punisher. But this looks crazy.
Am I putting the hatchet down? I was raised to believe in grace.
Oh my God, that was so clean.
But I was also raised to believe in retribution.
Got multiple masks. Oh my God. Yo. Yo, the fight scenes are so crazy. Bullseye break out of prison. Yo, this is what we wanted. This is exactly what we wanted. This is exactly what we wanted. W trailer first off. Yeah, like, when I'm so glad they canceled whatever originally this was going to be because it sounded horrible. This is what we wanted. We wanted to bring back that grittiness, though, that rough graphic combat from, especially from season 1. Like, yeah, this is it. Matt looks like, I mean, Matt's always clapping. Let's be honest. Matt is always in some cheeks. Whether it's Elektra, She-Hulk, Matt's always in the trenches. He's always about the work. I respect it. We gotta run that back again.
Thank you for finding the time.
So Kingpin's definitely gonna be fighting. Foggy, Matt, Karen all together, nice and happy.
I could say the same about you.
The mayor serves.
The mayor giving an address in Times Square. Oh look, there's an ad for Rogers the Musical. Trying to see if there's any Easter eggs. Whenever I see Times Square now, I think of Spider-Man. I wonder if I mean he has to be somewhere around here. But yeah, there's an ad right there for Rogers the Musical. This vigilante thing, he accidentally killed somebody.
Nature.
Right, bro gets hit. Punisher gets hit with a. Bro, getting hit with a train is crazy. This man got slapped with a train.
Piece needs to be broken.
Do we think this is White Tiger?
The chaos must reign.
That's Muse. Frank with the beard. That's not Punisher. That's a hatchet. True. He's not technically Punisher until he puts down the hatchet, gets a shave, and picks up a gun. Yeah, I think that might be White Tiger.
Mind putting the hatchet down? I was raised to believe in grace.
There's a female White Tiger.
I was also raised to believe in retribution.
Oh my god, bro! All right, so this is the scene. This is from the scene like we saw earlier in the trailer where they break into Matt's apartment, or he's in an apartment and he's getting jumped. He stops pretending to be helpless, and holy, he just drilled his crack his head on the ground. Oh my god. This is so good. Oh my god. We gotta slow this part down. Holy. He's fighting Muse there. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro's neck is definitely gone. Muse in the building. Yeah, he was fighting Muse in this clip. He was giving Muse that work too. Yeah, that's Matt fighting Muse right there, giving him that work. Yeah, that's Muse right there catching hands. Matt is giving him the business. Hope we get a bullseye suit. What's Muse's power again? Really good mask. He's a really good mask wearer. He likes to hang people. Does he actually have superpowers? I think he does have something. His body acts like in the comics, his body acts like a vortex, which can pull in every bit of sensory information around him, making even Daredevil's enhanced senses hard to target him. He's got some level of superhuman strength, being able to literally rip a human body in half. And he's got enhanced speed, super speed. not Flash like speed, but he can move faster than the human eye can detect. So like Flash stepping. Muse is also a band, yes. Muse also happens to be a Radiohead cover band. Very popular. See Frank and Matt team up, you're gonna lose it. Oh yeah, we're gonna see it. You will be losing it, Mr. Tay. You know the team up is happening. Oh my god. That's so crazy. This is so good. Enjoy your sleep. Yeah, this is great. I cannot wait for this. Like 2025 for me, for Marvel, is going to be all about Daredevil Born Again and maybe Thunderbolts, but definitely Daredevil Born Again, Fantastic Four First Steps. That's going to be how I determine how good Marvel is this year. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. I'm completely writing off the Spider-Man show. I think it looks horrible. I'm hoping that Brave New World is at least decent. I think Thunderbolts might be decent. I'm hoping we finally get a really good Fantastic Four movie, but I'm definitely 100% all on board with Daredevil Born Again. I think it's going to be incredible. Spidey team up you want to see is with Blade against Morbius. Oh god. Not Morbius. I don't want it to be Morbin time. Really hope they keep the one-shot fight scenes. Yeah, for sure. Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. Hope they at least stick to the origin story. I'm sure they're gonna change some stuff. Disney better not F this up. I think legitimately this is the one thing they're not gonna F up. I think Daredevil Born Again is legitimately just gonna be great. I have full confidence. Especially after seeing this trailer, I think it's gonna be great. For sure. I think it's gonna be easily, by far, not even close, the best show that Disney Plus has ever released. Like I don't think it's gonna be a conversation. This is gonna be the best one. Now, can they capitalize with some good movies? That remains to be seen. Like if they could finish out the year strong with Fantastic Four and Daredevil Born Again hits, I think we could say Marvel's back for sure. I know you should absolutely be skeptical of Disney, but in the case of Daredevil Born Again, based on what I know that happened behind the scenes for this project, I think we can trust this show specifically because they realized, okay, this isn't working. Like literally, they had 4 episodes filmed, and and whoever started overseeing the Marvel projects thought it was so bad what they had done to Daredevil that they just deleted the 4 shows that they filmed, the 4 episodes that they filmed, fired everybody on the creative team, and brought in as many people from Netflix that they could. So that's why I think this is going to be good, for sure. I'm not worried about Daredevil Born Again at all. Brave New World, 100%. I'm very worried about that. But I wasn't that hyped about it to begin with. Thunderbolts, I think it'd be decent. I think they hired a new writer for that too. Fantastic Four, I'm skeptical, but I'm hopeful. Daredevil Born Again, 100%. After I found out what they did behind the scenes, I have no doubt in my mind this is going to be great. Yet literally they fired everybody on the creative team that originally was working on Daredevil Born Again because of how bad it was. I think for sure. Yeah, it seemed they're heavily implying in the trailer that Daredevil stopped doing the vigilante stuff because he killed somebody accidentally. Because you even look at some of the combat, it's really brutal. Like this is definitely a more brutal. I feel like this is more brutal Matt Murdock. But yeah, it definitely seems like he killed somebody. Your big Hulk hype for Brave New World. Yeah, I think that movie's gonna be mid. Honestly, they said it was gonna be a lawyer. Literally, yeah. The original Daredevil Born Again was like a legal drama. Like it was mainly taking place in the courtroom. Matt Murdock, through the first 4 episodes, we never even see him put on the suit. Yeah, it sounded horrible. They didn't have people. They didn't have like I don't think they had Karen. They didn't have Foggy. I don't even know if Kingpin and Punisher were involved. It was just a terrible show. I'm so glad they corrected things behind the scenes. They better add Daredevil to Marvel Rivals by March. I don't think that's happening. They have a lot of characters on the agenda that they're going to be looking to add ahead of Daredevil. A lot of really popular and great ones too. I mean for sure. We're whenever he makes it in the Rivals, I'm definitely expecting some MCU skins. Evidently, they killed Foggy and Karen off screen, and that's why he wasn't Daredevil. That would have been bro. Yeah, that's literally everything I hear about the original Daredevil Born Again made me like question how these people got hired in the first place. But yeah, they literally just fired everybody and said, "No, this sucks. you're all fired. This is terrible. Bring in the Netflix crew." This is the same stuff was happening with Blade. That's why it's taking so long for the Blade movie with Mahershala Ali. They kept going through different writers and directors because they kept trying to put out just absolute trash. Like it's not even that complicated. It's Blade. I heard one version of the Blade movie was like Blade was like a side character, and it was all about like 4 women, like they were all the stars, and he was like a support character. I'm like, what what are you doing? Like people just want a Blade movie. Like they like this is not complicated. They want to see Blade cut off vampires' heads for 2 hours. Like this is not complex. Like get this Tumblr bullshit out of my Marvel stuff, bro. Nobody wants to see this. Get Mahershala Ali, give him a leather jacket and a blade, like an actual blade, and let him kill some stuff with some martial arts. Like it's not complex. like there's no way this movie should have taken this long. Like hire people who know what they're doing in the first place. Save you so much trouble. So I captured what happened in Blade 3. Is there like literally that's why I was like, bro, the reaction in Deadpool and Wolverine when Wesley Snipes walked out as Blade, bro, everyone in the theater, myself included, was yelling. Like for all the other kids, we were like, that's Kingpin, oh. But as soon as Blade came out, we were like, oh my god, bro, we were snapping when we saw Wesley Snipes walk out as Blade. Like it's insane they fumbled so bad. This honestly, they should have just made a Wesley Snipes Blade. They should literally just made a Wesley Snipes Blade movie. They just called it. Just let Wesley handle the creative stuff. Let him do his thing. Literally just get Ryan Reynolds and Wesley Snipes together and let Ryan Reynolds be like produce the movie. And let Wesley Snipes pick whoever he wanted to write it, and just let him cook. Like literally, make Ryan Reynolds the new Kevin Feige. I'm nominating Ryan Reynolds. Maybe Kevin needs help, like to make sure that they don't fumble again. Let Ryan Reynolds just be like another Feige and just oversee some of these projects. Ryan said he's trying to get him to do a Logan style Blade. Like, yes, I was literally thinking of something like that. Like if anyone's ever seen like The Raid or The Raid 2, amazing martial arts movies, by the way. Definitely watch it if you haven't. but like a Blade movie, Blade meets Logan, like in the style of the Raid 2. Like Wesley Snipes is Blade. He's like in one location. He's trying to like protect a group of, you know, survivors from like a horde of vampires until daylight. Just full on nonstop act, like that would be insane. Ryan Reynolds literally knows what the people want. Like like he's locked into the culture. He knows what people want. Yeah, committed fan base. I didn't even check to see who was in here. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Shout out to everyone hanging out. Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, as soon as I saw they were dropping the trailer this morning, I was like, well, that's got to be a live stream, and I got to set my alarm to get up a lot earlier than I normally would. But yeah, for sure, it's worth it. Just hang out, and it was a great trailer. So yeah, shout out to Durag Nation, locked in, no matter the time. What's up, Champagne? They could have done Blade versus Dracula. They 100% could have done that. That's not the Punisher getting hit in the train. It's White Tiger. Got your boy Spidey badge. Yes, sir. Getting hit in the face is crazy with a train. The Blade movies, except Trinity, never get old. Yeah, you got to put that caveat. Except Trinity. Yeah, Trinity. Yeah. Trinity wasn't great, but collectively we appreciate what Blade did for the culture. Like Blade was really important for getting comic book movies, particularly Marvel, to be taken seriously. Like at that point, Marvel was treated like a joke before that. Like they had like Batman had gotten so big in the comics that he had gotten enough respect to get like a serious adaptation with like, you know, the Tim Burton Batman movies. But Marvel was a joke. Like people thought Marvel was literally just in Hollywood, like no one took Marvel seriously. They thought Marvel was just stupid and silly. No one was messing with Marvel. And then Wesley Snipes came through with Blade and they saw the vision. And then, you know, Sam Raimi came through with Spider-Man and, you know, things escalated from there. But those Blade movies were so important. Marvel never fell off. Yeah, Marvel definitely fell off. Let's be real. I love Marvel. They definitely fell off after Endgame. Phase 4 and 5 was definitely rough compared to pre-Endgame. Like things started getting a little mid. Like starting from, like, if we're being honest, 100% honest, Marvel, the MCU started falling off at around Ant-Man and the Wasp. From Ant-Man and the Wasp on, it started going a little downhill. Like people love Endgame mainly because of the ending, that the final battle. Endgame was mid at best. Captain Marvel was mid at best. More like bad. Ant-Man and the Wasp was mid. Black Widow was terrible. Most of the Disney Plus shows were mid or terrible. Wakanda Forever was bad. Thor Love and Thunder was horrible. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania was a disaster. Like let's keep it a buck. Marvel definitely had a couple phases where it fell off. Multiverse of Madness, extremely mid. I love Spider-Man No Way Home. It's nostalgia bait, let's be honest. The first half of the movie is mid at best. It doesn't get good until Willem Dafoe, Toby, and Andrew come in. Like if you just separate the sections of the movie where you have Willem Dafoe, Andrew Garfield, and Tobey Maguire from the first half, Spider-Man No Way Home is a horrible movie. Like, it's not good. Then when they add all the old nostalgia stuff, all them, then it turns up. Like outside of the Daredevil cameo, Spider-Man No Way Home was aggressively mid until the Sam Raimi verse basically invaded the entire thing. And the Andrew verse. WandaVision was almost good. Half of WandaVision was great. The other half was aggressively mid. The ending was terrible. Notice I didn't say all of Marvel was bad in all the phases. I said the projects I said it undeniably fell off towards the end of phase 3 going into phase 4 and 5. Obviously, if I meant every Marvel project after Endgame was bad, I would have literally just said that. But obviously I didn't. And that's why I was naming specific projects. Moon Knight was the first like 2 episodes were decent. The rest were pretty. I think the third one was also decent. The rest was horrible, and that's because Bo DeMaio, who did X-Men 97 before they fired him for reasons, he started on Moon Knight. They fired him from Moon Knight, and then they brought someone into the rest of the episodes. And the rest of the episodes that Bo didn't do are just horrible. Some of the worst I've seen on Disney Plus. X-Men 97 was a masterpiece, season 1 at least. Well, we'll see how season 2 goes. I thought Captain America, I thought Black Captain America and Winter Soldier was mid. Miss Marvel, she's great. The show was mid. Hawkeye, I thought was trash. What If season 1, I thought was really good. Season 2 was mid. Season 3 was bad. Werewolf by Night was amazing. WandaVision was half good, half trash. Like there was just a lot of just low quality stuff. The Marvels was mid. Secret Invasion was one of the worst shows of the last 10 years. Echo was trash. It's actually easy to forget Echo, because Echo wasn't spectacularly terrible like I thought it was going to be. It was just bad, but in a way that you immediately forget about it. Like I literally forgot it existed. It was forgettable and bad. Secret Invasion was terrible and memorable. I will never forget Secret Invasion. That's the level of bad Secret Invasion was. Echo, I immediately forgot it as soon as I finished watching it. Secret Invasion will always stick around in my mind. I almost uninstalled the Disney Plus app from all my devices after I saw Secret Invasion. That's how bad it was. I was about to be a full-time DC fan. And just cancel Marvel entirely. Secret Invasion was just an atrocity. I don't know what Secret Invasion was supposed to be. It was whatever it turned out to be. So everyone involved in the decision making for Secret Invasion should be fired. Secret Invasion could have been an event. It could have been a series leading into a movie, like an Avengers movie. That's how big the Secret Invasion, like Secret Invasion could have been like Infinity Saga level. That's how big of an event it was in Marvel Comics. Secret Invasion is a massive event. It's huge. Very popular storyline. So much going on, so much material they could have gotten out of that. They could have gotten multiple Avengers movies and a show. They could have done so much with the Secret Invasion plotline, and they just threw it away. I don't understand how those people got hired. You did stop using Disney Plus after you watched Secret. I don't blame you. I literally don't blame you. You even watching Skeleton Crew just to get the bad taste out your mouth. Yeah, and I actually like so Skeleton. And here's a prime example of one of the problems, especially wrong with Star Wars under Disney. Skeleton Crew is not a bad show, just like Andor. It has the same problem as Andor. They're both good shows that no one is going to watch. Like no one is watching Skeleton Crew, and it's a solid show. I liked it. I watched like the first 4 episodes or so. It's a good show. It's like Star Wars. It's like the Goonies, but Star Wars. Like it's a throwback to like those kind of old 80s, 90s movie, kid adventure movies. You know, your Flight of the Navigators, your Goonies, your Page Master, Never Ending Story, that sort of thing. It's a solid show. No one's going to watch it because it's not Star Wars. Like people want Star Wars. They don't just want Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader and all, they want all that too. But you know, they want lightsabers, they want Jedis, they want adventure, they want all the. There's so many unexplored and amazing storylines that they have in the EU, and they have people have been begging for a Cal Kestis show forever. Like there's so much great Star Wars material fans want, and they're just not getting it. Give Star Wars back to George. I mean, at this point, he could probably buy it back for a discount. You gonna watch Andor again down the road? And here's the thing. I'm gonna watch Andor season 2 because I did like season 1. But the one thing I hope they improve on is season 1 was boring. In parts. Like I liked how they played with tension, how they would build up, because they would pay off with their build-ups. They would have good payoffs. But there was too much filler in between. Like Andor could have been like an episode or 2 shorter in season 1. It was a little too much padding. Like they could have cut some fluff. Like it was dragging a little bit. But it was very well made. No Force Unleashed 3 anytime soon. Starkiller live action is questionable at this point. Yeah, like Starkiller would have been insane. Like there's so much Star Wars could have put out. Even just game adaptations. That would have been huge hits if they did it right. And they just haven't. Yeah, the problem is, yeah, not only they screwed up the movies, but the shows are just the shows are screwed up too. You like Shang-Chi up until the final Monster Battle? Yes, yeah. Like Shang-Chi, I thought so I feel like Shang-Chi. The problem with Shang-Chi I had is that Shang-Chi himself is the worst part of the. Besides his sidekick, Katie, Aquafina, is like the least interesting part of the movie. Like he's not an interesting protagonist at all. He's like the least interesting character besides the sidekick in the movie. The fight scenes are immaculate. The story for the most part is decent. I didn't like the ending. I hated the final CGI Dragon Ball Z crap they tried to pull. I thought his sister's story was interesting. I thought she was a really strong character. The whole dynamic between his father and mother, I thought was fantastic. I thought it was like you had this really good movie about about, I think it was Wenwu, Shang-Chi's sister, their mother, and then mixed in there is this really mediocre movie about some goofy guy in San Francisco and his sidekick who just happen to know martial arts, who gets kind of dragged along into this big adventure. And then they end it with this cheesy MCU style CGI fest at the end. Like, Shang-Chi literally was the worst part of the movie, almost the worst part of the movie. I did not like his character at all. I did not like the writing that they gave him. I thought his sister was infinitely better written and more interesting as a character, and his father. If you remove Shang-Chi from Shang-Chi, it's a 9 out of 10 movie. With the Shang-Chi in it, it's a 7. It's like a 7 at best. If you just get rid of Katie and Shang-Chi, that movie is a masterpiece. And that's my problem with it. It could have been a truly great movie if it just had a much better script. This is why I got stick to the source material 100%. Need an X-Men versus Avengers. When they're going to bring back Josh Brolin as Cable. Ooh, that's interesting. Yeah, he was great. He was great as Cable. I do hope they bring him back. They'll probably look around for a Bishop, but yeah, he was great. On the Times Square scene, there's an ad for Holland's Paradise, a clearly Luke Cage reference. Ooh, let's go back to the Times Square scene. Got price lock guarantee. Gotta get the product placement. You got price lock. We got Levi's. Some good old fashioned product placement. We got Rogers the Musical. Happy New Year. Don't see that. They're not gonna bring back Luke Cage. So it's on top of Rogers. I can't see that text. That's so small. That's so tiny. I can't read that text. Yeah, it looks like a quote. I cannot read what that says. Did they put Kingpin and Rivals? Vincent D'Onofrio is the one. Kingpin would be such a funny character to add. I think there's definitely possible they bring back Luke Cage. I think they're definitely bringing back Jessica Jones. I think Luke Cage is very much possible. He's very popular. Iron Fist is the one I think the least likely to get brought back because so many people hated that show. And the Defenders. You want Marvel's Avengers 2? I do. I don't want it. I want to see. I don't want Crystal Dynamics anywhere near it. I want another Marvel's Avengers game. I don't want it associated with Marvel's Avengers. I want a clean reboot with a entirely new studio. Let's try to zoom in. see if we could read. All right, Rogers the Musicals, gifts, luggage. That's a shop underneath it. Oh, there it is. Harlem's Paradise is the place where hip hop, funk, jazz, and rock all roll come back to the mothership. It's a party, y'all. So right above Rogers the Musical is a billboard with a customer review for Harlem's Paradise. Yep, Luke Cage reference right there. Rocksteady should have made a Nightwing game. Just replay Arkham Knight. There's so many games Rocksteady should have made instead of Suicide Squad. Problem is, after Arkham VR, Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker were done with DC. They didn't want to make another superhero game. They wanted to make a multiplayer puzzle game called Stones. And if you think that sounds terrible, it is. Everyone involved besides them thought it was terrible and didn't want to work on it. And then when WB Games Montreal canceled their Suicide Squad game, WB presented them the opportunity, if they wanted it, to do the Suicide Squad game instead. And Jamie and Sefton put it to a vote among management and said, hey, do you want to do Suicide Squad or do you want to do Stones? And unsurprisingly, they overwhelmingly voted for Suicide Squad. They was like, all right, we're doing Suicide Squad game, and we'll do a multiplayer. And then they proceeded to fumble in every way possible, which is sad. When do you think we'll get new Avengers and Guardians games? There's honestly no telling if or when we'll get any Avengers or Guardians games at any point. There's currently nothing in the works for either. People were hoping for a Guardians 2 from Eidos Montreal, but Eidos Montreal wasn't even working on it. They were working on a new Deus Ex game after Embracer Group bought them. And then Embracer Group had their situation where they, fired and closed a bunch of studios, canceled projects, and the Deus Ex game was canceled. So I don't even, and they had layoffs. So I don't even know what Eidos Montreal is doing now. But they definitely, if they couldn't even get the Deus Ex game, they're definitely not getting another Marvel game. Especially since Guardians didn't even make a lot of money comparatively. Believe there'll be an Iron Fist continuation. It won't be Danny Rand. Yeah, I can see them just doing a new one. Maybe because since Marvel Rivals is so popular, maybe they do Lynn instead of Danny. Spider-Man 3 is not going to be on PS5. I can tell you that. It's in production. It's in early production right now. There is no chance that Spider-Man 3 releases on the PS5. Well, actually, there is a chance, but it will primarily be on the PlayStation 6. It will probably, it could have compatibility on PS5. They may release it on both, like PS5 Pro, PS6. Spider-Man 3 is definitely being made and planned for the launch of the PS6 for sure. They're definitely targeting the PS6 at this point. Just like The Last of Us 3. They're definitely targeting the PS6. So we're talking like 2028. So the reason the reason why we had so much cross gen on PS5 is because of the supply shortages and the pandemic. Typically, they like to have big launch exclusives. But because of the pandemic and the supply chain shortages, we ended up seeing a lot more cross-gen games. Especially for the first few years. Rather than games fully optimized for the PS5. So unless something like that happens again, I'm expecting because I don't think Spider-Man 3 is going to come with the launch of the PS6. Maybe they ideally want to time that up so that they're launching like the same day. But I think there's a very good chance Spider-Man 3 launches after the PlayStation 6 is already out and they launch it as an exclusive. Yeah, PS4. If you're still on PS4, I'm sorry, you're out of luck. You're never if you only have PS4, you're never playing Wolverine or Spider-Man 3. it's not happening. Get a PS5 or get a gaming PC. Or hell, get GeForce Now. GeForce Now has gotten really good. They expanded their library. GeForce Now basically lets you play high-end PC games without having to download anything. Like you just use the launcher, and it has servers that simulates different high-end PCs. You pay them a monthly fee. You get better access to better quality units, and you get a ton of some of those popular games on PC. They just added Marvel Rivals to GeForce Now, so you can get all those benefits of playing on PC without spending thousands of dollars. But if you're still on PS4, bro, get off it, bro. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. I think there's a very strong chance Spider-Man 3 is a PS6 exclusive. You got people out here petitioning trying to get Wolverine on PS4. Like, yeah, no, it's not happening, bro. If you have time to petition, if you have time to like do a whole protest and petition to get Wolverine on PS4, you have enough time to get a job or a side hustle and buy a PS5. like be proactive. Or get a PC and wait like until it like comes out like a year and a half later or a year or two on PC. But like do something else. It's never happening. Like it's not Wolverine is never coming to PS4. It's not. It's just not happening. Ragnarok Hazard had no business being on the floor. Yeah. And that again comes to because of the supply chain issues and everything, it was a situation where literally like at one point half of probably it was at one point even higher. Like early on, the majority of the PlayStation install base was still on PS4 because no one could get a PS5 for like the first year. So relatively very few people could get a PS5 for like the first year that it launched. So many people were still on their PS4s. So the companies adjusted by just making stuff for PS4 and PS5 until the numbers caught up. I have nothing on Avengers or Guardians. They're beyond what I already went over. They're pipe dreams at this point. Yeah. There's the Guardians situation with Idols, like, as I already explained. Because they're still under the Embracer group, their future is just in general is uncertain because they had to lay people off. Their game that they were working on was Deus Ex got canceled because Embracer is just trying to save money, and currently there's no one working on an Avengers game. You aren't able to get a PS5 to 2022, and even that was by sheer luck. Yeah, I used Stock Informer. I used their Discord because I saw immediately that like no one was going to get like a PS5 just by refreshing because of all the bots. So I just found Stock Informer and I got alerts whenever PS5 went in stock. And like soon as it went up on Walmart, I immediately went over and grabbed it. So I was able to get one at launch. But a lot of people were struggling to get one. It's not gonna be case now, unless we get another pandemic or something crazy. When it's PS6 time, I think by 2028 they're going to be confident enough to just make some games exclusive. And like I said, I don't think Spider-Man 3 is going to launch the same week as like the PS6. I think there's a high chance that it comes out later. Because it typically takes like 5 years, honestly, for those games. Like, you know, Spider-Man 2018 was announced, I think in 2016, but they've been working on it for a while before that. And then that dropped in 2018. And then it was like 5 years before Spider-Man 2. And then they've been prioritizing Wolverine, which they announced in 2021 and doesn't look like it's coming out until 2026. And I think early production on Spider-Man 3 didn't start until like last year. So we might not even see Spider-Man 3 until 2029. I think it will probably be PS6 exclusive. It's a very possibility. Level up, seriously, get back in the dang kitchen for sure. Marvel needs to make more games. I mean, Marvel releases plenty of games. The issue is, and they're playing it smart. Disney used to publish their own games, and then they stopped. And they've been taking advantage of licensing, which is very smart, particularly for Marvel stuff. Obviously, I think they can handle it better, you know, in terms of pricing and bureaucracy, creative control. But in general, yeah, their strategy has been, okay, instead of publishing the games ourselves, we're going to make deals with different studios and let them do all the work, let them make the games, and they're just going to pay us for the privilege of making the game. But we're going to sell them on the fact that it's the Marvel brand, so you're going to have a built-in fan base, and you could make a lot of money. So we're just going to have them make the games, and we profit, and it's overall worked out pretty great for them. I mean, we've got a ton of Marvel games coming out. They made the deal with NetEase. That's paying off big right now. You know, NetEase has made several mobile games before they made Marvel Rivals, and they've all done fairly well. Now Marvel Rivals is a massive hit. They've got the deal with EA, which has at least 2 Marvel games coming out. Panther and Iron Man. There's supposed to be a third one as well. They got the Skydance Marvel game, Rise of Hydra, coming out this year. they just announced a new Marvel, a new Marvel mobile game last year. They still got Blade from Arcane coming out. You know, they got audience. They're getting so much money from Insomniac. You know, they got just had Spider-Man 2. They're getting Wolverine. You know, they're going to get a Spider-Man 3. They're going to get some other Insomniac Marvel projects. Those are the only ones I know of right now that are currently in development. Except for I did hear a rumor there was one more Marvel game. I heard that was the Captain Marvel rumor, but I don't know if that was like the EA Marvel game or is it a separate studio. But as far as I know, the only studios currently working on a Marvel game are Insomniac, EA, Skydance. You know, all those people, all the stuff that we already know. NetEase is currently focused on Marvel Rivals, as they should be. It's a massive hit for them. They're also expanding into other games. They got Where Winds Meet coming out. So the future is pretty good for Marvel games. To be real, Rise of Hydra is better than any of Insomniac's feature. I would be very skeptical of that. I think Wolverine is going to be better than Rise of Hydra. But I think Rise of Hydra can be really good. Amy Hennig is a tremendous writer. But I'm definitely not ready to declare Rise of Hydra to be peak until I see the gameplay. Like, I know the cinematics, the cutscene, all that's going to be incredible. The visuals are great. I need to see gameplay. I need to see it first. Because the one thing I'm worried about, in particular with Rise of Hydra, is the fact that they decided to make it 4 characters and only 2 of them are superheroes. I'm a little concerned about that part. Like, how big is that going to be, you know, part of the game? How much are we going to be off of Cap and Panther? Why didn't they just give us 2 other superheroes? How are they going to play? Like, that's what I'm concerned about. Somebody said that in PS Blog from 2021 they have 5 years. They were going to be a banger. I think it could be a banger, but I need to see gameplay first though. I don't know anything about a Marvel MMO or any other NetEase projects. As far as I know, NetEase is completely focused on Marvel Rivals. From what I've seen of their track record, they pretty much focus on one Marvel game at a time. They've just been going from mobile game to mobile game, and now they're just very busy with Marvel Rivals. But yeah, all the Marvel games that I know of in development, I've already discussed. I've been looking to find any more info on any other announced. The only really unannounced thing we don't know about is the 3rd EA game. Every other Marvel game I know of is accounted for. I haven't heard about anything else. Tony Todd was such a good Zoom in Venom. Rest in peace for sure. The gameplay is going to make it break it. Like, I'm not willing to get too hype on a game before I see gameplay. Because that's going to make or break the, that's what's going to determine ultimately how fun the game is going to be. Like, gameplay makes up pretty much most of everything. Like, Marvel's Avengers lasted as long as it did because the gameplay was so good. So much around it was bad, but the core gameplay, they nailed it. So it kept players hanging around, hoping that the rest of it got fixed. You need the gameplay. Like, it doesn't matter how pretty your game is, doesn't matter how ambitious your story is, it's got to be good. The actual game has got to be good. Like, gameplay would be like Arkham or Dark Souls, or neither. it could be inspired by Arkham. It could be a little closer to God of War. We'll have to see. People that crap on Avengers combat, go to the corner and change. True. Like Vince, shout out to the GOAT Vince Napoli, who also designed the God of War combat. He's such a goated combat designer. He's so good. If I see his name in the credits, I know the combat is gonna be fire. Go straight to the credits. If Vince Napoli is involved, the combat's gonna be gas. He is a brilliant combat designer. He knows exactly, especially for like big action games with powers. He knows exactly how to do it. He's a GOAT for that one. All right, let me post this reaction video on my second channel because I need to be posting there more consistently. But appreciate everyone hanging out as usual. I'll be back. I'll probably post something else. There's some Marvel Rival stuff happening today, so if there's anything really interesting, I'll cover it. And I'll be back streaming Rivals for the new skin update on the 17th. I'm Sadot the Gamer, signing out. Peace.